This is backwards. Welcome to my class. Welcome. Hello, students. Hello, students. This is my friend Monkey. Many of my students know that I teach online children, and I always have somebody with me when I teach. So I would like to say hello to my second grade class, and I hope that you are doing well. I have missed you, and I'm excited to start our lessons today. This is day one of distance learning. Okay, so today you might have to pause the video if you need to gather some materials, or if you need to print something out, or if you need to take a break and maybe just stretch or get a drink of water, and that's okay. Miss Gaylord's going to do the best she can. She misses you guys, and she wishes that you guys were here in my classroom, but this will be fun for us and for you to watch each day as we try to do the best we can and learn. So each day I'm going to start in a different way. Today, I kind of just wanted to show you my classroom. Miss Gaylord, if you could see her home, she has things all over the tables, things that I need to look at with you. And so I hope that if you have this video playing, then you've been able to log in to what we call our Google Classroom. Okay, so each of you should have joined the classroom, and you should be able to look at some of the classwork that is due. Now, as we go over things, you can feel free, as I said, to print things out. You can keep your notebook handy to write down notes that Miss Gaylord is talking about on the video. You will definitely need pencils and paper, especially for your Riggs words for the day. Okay. But before we get started again, I hope you watch the welcome video, and I'm so glad you're here, and I know that we're going to have a good time today. So welcome to my class. I want to start by reading you a quick story. It's called A New Day. Today, please make each deed of mine gentle and patient, pure and kind. Give friends to me and work and fun with love and laughter, song and sun. Teach me to help those who I can. Try to live by a good plan. Make this day a joyful dawning, as full of love as this good morning. So each day I will try to share something with you, a thought for the day, and to help us get us on our way. Today, as we start, we are going to kind of go over some classroom policies. Miss Gaylord likes to reward her students online with either a thumbs up or maybe a smiley face, or even she gives out stars sometimes. Okay, so let's try to get all of our stars today and do a great job. The first thing we're going to start with is our Riggs. So you're going to need your journal or a piece of paper to write down these words. Miss Gaylord is going to be moving all around her classroom, trying to find her things. As you know, we are going to look at the way we sound out words with our Riggs Phonics program, and we are going to do pretty much just like we do in class. Miss Gaylord has this whiteboard, and she would like to write the words here for you. Okay. As you left off the last week when Miss Peavy was with you, one word you had on your list was few. Okay. Few. There is one syllable in few. And today we will add some suffixes to the end of the word. And the first word on your Riggs list today is fewer. How many syllables are in fewer? If you see Miss Gaylord do this, that means you shout out at the screen and you can tell the answer. Since we're not in class, you can just say your answer right out loud. If you see me do this, okay? If you see me do this, then I'm asking a question, okay? So there are two syllables in the word fewer, okay? Fewer begins with what sound? Yes. Oops. Miss Gaylord's going to have to learn how to write backwards. I see. Fewer begins with an F. F. Fewer. Okay, the next letter in fewer. Okay, what sound would that be? Okay, ooh, very good. Okay, let's see if I can try my best to write backwards. Ooh, okay, yes, you do underline it. It's a 2-letter sound. Okay, ooh that we do use at the end of English words. Okay, what's the next letters? Yes, the of her. Very good. Fewer. 2 syllables. The next word on the list is fewest. How many syllables are in the word fewest? 2. Very good. Fewest. Also starts with a f. Yes. F. Okay. The next part of fewest looks the same way as few and fewer. Okay. Underline, yes, the 2-letter sounds. Then we need a syllable dot. Very good. Fewest. Eh, eh. What sound makes eh? E. Very good. The sounds of E are eh, E. Okay. S. What are the sounds of S? S, Z. We use the S. The S will be hard to make backwards. Yes. What's the next letter? T, t, T. Very good. Fewest. Now, when do we use fewer? When we have 1, 2, or 3 things? Yes, 2. Very good. When you have 2 things, you use fewer. When do we use fewest? Yes, when you have 3 things. Very good. Fewest. Very good. That's 2 words from our list. The next word is device. Does anybody know what a device is? Okay, something you can use. Very good. Okay, device. Let's see if I can write that backwards. Yes, good. Okay, device. How many syllables in device? Yes, 2. Very good. Device. Device. Now, if we look at the way we started, the sound of D is D, D. You can say that with me. Very good. What comes after the D sound? The E. Okay, very good. The E. D. Okay, do we underline this E? Yes. The reason why is because we hear the vowel sound. What comes after the E? Syllable dot. Very good. V. 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 V makes one sound. V. Very good. What's after the V? I. Very good. What are the sounds of I? I, E. Is it the first I? No. Is it the I? Yes. Very good. So we underline that because it makes the I vowel sound. S, s. Is it the S or the C? The C. Very good. What are the sounds of C? K, s. Second sound. Good. We put a 2 over the backwards 2. Let's see if I can figure out the backwards 2. There we go. Backwards 2. Okay. And it ends with a E. Very good. Very good. E. Okay. And no, the job of the E would be job number 1. Device. Very good. The next word on our list is bound. Bound. How many syllables in bound? 1. Very good. Bound starts with a B, B, B. Yes, B. Okay, very good. What would be the next letters in bound? O-U. Okay, ow, o, oo, Okay, very good. Underline it, first sound. What would be the next letter in bound? N. Very good. N makes one sound. N, no markings. And d, d. Very good. D. D makes one sound, no markings. Bound. Okay? What does it mean to be bound? Bound. Anybody know? Bound would mean to be, it could be several things. It could be held or maybe tied or kept where you cannot get out of something. Bound. The next word has the same ow sound. Ow in ounce. Ounce. How many syllables in ounce? Yes, one. Okay. Ow starts with the same sound that's in bound. O-U underlined. Ow. Okay. N. 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 Yes, N makes one sound. N. S. S. Is it the S or the C? C. Very good. C makes two sounds. K. S. Second sound. So we would also put the number 2. Let's see. There we go. On top. Okay. And the last would be the E. And what job do you think that E would have? Yep. Job number 3. Let's make a backwards 3. There we go. Ounce. Ounce. Very good. And the last word on our list today is nearly. How many syllables are in nearly? 2. Very good. It starts with a N. N. What letter would that be? N. Very good. N makes one sound. N. Okay. Now, near has the E and the A sound, but it's not the E, it's not the of early. It makes the E sound. E, A. Nearly. E is the first of the 2-letter sounds. E. Near. R, r. Yes, R. Very good. Near. What's next? Syllable dot. Very good. Very good. After the syllable dot comes the L. 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 No markings because L makes one sound. And what would be the last letter? Y. Now, how do we mark Y? What are the sounds of Y? Ya, I, E. Is it the ya? Nearly? No. I, or E? Yes, it's the E. So you would put a 3 over the Y. Nearly. Very good. Now you have marked your words. Fewer, fewest, device, bound, ounce, and nearly. Today we only had 5 on our list. Okay, so don't forget that we learned few in the list the week before last. Okay, now Miss Gaylord needs to grab her Riggs card so we can go over the sounds very quickly. So if you'll give me just 1 minute, you take one quick break to get a sip of water, run in place, do a few jumping jacks, something to get your mind back revved up, okay? 1 minute. Okay, I'm back. I hope you got revved up for the next part of the lesson. One thing that I like to do, I hope that you are with me. When Miss Gaylor was a small girl, she used to watch a show and she'd always want them to call out her name, the name of me in the show. They'd say, "Hello, Jane. Hello, Tom." So Miss Gaylor is going to be calling out your name sometime during the lesson. So listen up today. I hope you're out there and I hope you're watching. Okay. And you get 1 star for the first part of Riggs. Hello. Hello, Allison. Hello. Hello, Harper. I hope that you're out there with me. And the next part of the lesson is to do our Riggs sounds. So let's review our sounds. It's been a few weeks since Miss Gaylord has done these cards, so I know that you haven't forgotten them. Some of you really like to tell me the sounds. We won't do these every day, but we will do these today, and you can review at home with me. Ready? Okay. Oh, it's going to be well, they're backwards, so you're going to have to kind of look at them carefully and just listen to the sounds. The sounds of A. A are A, A. C, 2 sounds. K, S. Good. Say them out loud, strong. D, 1 sound looks like a B. D, D. Good. Okay, the sounds of F. F, 1 sound. G, 1 sound. G, 2 sounds. G, J. Very good. O, 4 sounds. A, O, U, ah. S, 2 sounds. S, Z. Say them with me nicely. Very good. Q, U, 1 sound. Qu, qu. B, 1 sound. B, b. Barely open. E, 2 sounds. E. Very good. H, 1 sound. I, 3 sounds. I, E. Good job. J, 1 sound. J. Nice. K, 1 sound. K. L, 1 sound. M, 1 sound. N, 1 sound. P, 1 sound. P. Now, Miss Gaylord's class likes to show alliteration here, and they like to say things like this. Had a little pig, put him in a pen, fed him on peach peelings, wanted him a little pig, he went pop. My kids like to do that each day. R, 1 sound. T, 1 sound. Ch, ch. U, 4 sounds. U, Good job. V, 1 sound. W, 1 sound. Ooh. X, 1 sound. X. Y, 4 sounds. Ya, I, E. Very good. And Z, 1 sound. Z. 2 letter sounds. The of her. The of early. The of works. The of nurse. Good job. The of first. 2 letter sounds. Sh, used at the beginning of a word, at the end of a syllable, but not at the beginning of most syllables after the first one, except for the ending ship. E always says E. Say them loud. Th. Good. A, 2 letter A, that we do use at the end of English words. A, 2 letter A, that we do not use at the end of English words. Ow, cow and snow. Ow, Very good. We had some words with this one. What word did we have? Ounce and bound. Very good. Aw, that we do use at the end of English words. Ah, that we do not use at the end of English words. You, that we do use at the end of English words. We had 3 words with this. few, fewer, fewest. When do you use fewer? When you have two things. When do you use fewest? When you have three or more things. Very good. Ooh, you, that we do not use at the end of English words. Oi, that we do use at the end of English words. Oi, that we do not use at the end of English words. Ooh, oh. Yes. Ch, k, sh, ch, k, sh. Very good. Ng, ng. E, a. What word did we have that had this? Nearly. Very good. Nearly. E, a. R, k. Two-letter k used after a single vowel that says a, e, I, a. Ed, d, t. Past tense ending. Or. Hua. Oo, I, that we do not use at the end of English words. Why not? Because English words do not end with I. O, the O of boat. You're having to read backwards like I am. AE, that we do not use at the end of English words. AE, no, this is the AE we do use at the end of English words. AE, we do not use at the end of English words. Why not? Because English words do not end in I. Good job. I heard you. A, four-letter A. I, three-letter I. E, I, our backwards phonogram. Yes, we say E-I, but we write I-E. Good job. Two-letter N, used at the beginning of a base word. Two-letter very good. Two-letter F. Two-letter N, used both at the beginning and end of a base word. J, three-letter J, used after a single vowel that says a, e, I, a. O, the O of toe. Ch, three-letter Ch, used after a single vowel that says a, e, I, a. Sh, short letter sh, used at the beginning of a syllable after the first one. Sh, tall letter sh, used at the beginning of a syllable after the first one. Sh, z, used at the beginning of any syllable after the first one. And the biggie, o, oo, off, aw, ow. One more time. O, oo, off, aw, ow. One more time. O, oo, off, aw, ow. You did it. Very good. You got the next smiley face and you got another star. I see you out there. There's Johnny. There's Brendan. Hello, Krishana. Hello. Okay. So, if you have time in your Riggs journal, make sure you wrote your words, you marked them, you can practice them. On the Google Classroom, if you go down underneath the week for this week, March 30th, there's what we call a tab for Riggs spelling and phonics, okay? I clicked on that and you see what we call a form, okay? And this will say Riggs Day 1, and you watch this video to get the words. Then Riggs Day 2, make sure you write down the words so when you turn in the form, Always click at the end of the week the button here that says submit or turn in to make sure that you get credit for the words. Now, you won't be able to mark them in your Google Classroom because there's no way to mark them, but you can keep track of your markings in your journal at home or your piece of paper if that's what you have, okay? Now, I would like for you at night, if you can, go over those words. If you want to practice writing them for mom or dad, have someone check them, and then maybe write them the 3 times each like we normally do. And that will show that you are, doing your part to learn your words. Also, take those 5 or 6. Today we got 5, but usually we get 6 words. And how about you write your sentences with them as well? And you can also, there's a place on the Google Forms for you to turn those in as well. Okay. And so we will be kind of doing those together and figuring this thing out. Okay. So that was the first thing we wanted to cover was the rigs. The next thing I'd like to do is to review some math. If you need to take a sip of water, stretch break, you can pause the video and come right back, okay? Ms. Gaylord's going to be getting out her math materials, so come right back. Okay, you're back. Now, when we left off the last week when Miss Peavy was there, you were able to cover money with Miss Peavy. Okay. Money is something we need to practice. You learned money in first grade, also in kindergarten, but we really need to practice this. This is perfect for at-home learning because you can practice by getting out play money, or you can just make money on paper if you don't have the cash to play with. But you can practice learning your coins, okay? And you should have learned those already. And last week, Miss Peavy and you went through that, okay? And so remember this lesson. I'm going to kind of show you. Remember the different values that you learned, okay? Can someone tell me what this is? This one, okay? Yes, a penny, okay? And what would this be? The nickel, right? And what is this one? The dime. Very good. Okay, so they have different values. Different values. And last week you learned about how there's several ways you can practice counting those values of money. Okay, so if we start with the coins, you can see that in your book it was written as 1 cent. 1 cent. Okay, and then that was the value of what we call the penny. Okay, and then you learned the value of the nickel. What was the value of the nickel? Okay, 5 cents. Oops, got it on the wrong side. Trying to write backwards here, sorry. Okay, so that would be 5 cents, yes. Okay, very good. And what was the value of the dime? The dime. 10 cents, very good. Okay, what was the value of the quarter? Got to do my 2 backwards. Sorry. 25 cents. Very good. Okay, so you were to practice with your money. Here's the problem you had last time. Lee has 5 pennies, and each penny is worth 1 cent. Count by ones to find how much Lee has. Stand with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cents. Good. Seth has 5 nickels. Okay. Each nickel is worth how many cents? 5. Good. Let's count by 5s to count the value of 5 nickels. Say it with me. 5 cents, 10 cents, 15 cents, 20 cents, 25. Very good. Very good. Okay. 25 cents. Good job. Jack has 10 dimes. What's the value of the money that Jack has? 10 cents, 20 cents, 30 cents, 40 cents, 50 cents, 60 cents, 70 cents, 80 cents, 90 cents, and $1. Very good. $1. Okay. Then you learned in the next lesson last time is how to put those values together. Okay. You learned how you can take some of your pennies and put them together. If you've got 4, you can put the pennies together. And let's say you have 4 nickels and 4 pennies. Okay. You can put the pennies together. And how much would 4 pennies be? 4 cents. Very good. Okay. And how much would 4 nickels be? 5, 10, 15, 20. 20 cents. So you put together the 4 cents. The 4 cents. Okay. Put together the 4 cents with the 20 cents. Let's see. For some reason, Miss Gaylord's having a hard time writing backwards on this. She's not used to it. And so you would put the 20 cents that were the nickels plus your 4 cents that are the pennies, and your total would be what? 24 cents. Very good. Okay. Then you also learned how to make a model of this, and you had 1, 1, 1, and 1, which were 4. And then you added that to the bars that represented 10. 1, 2, 3, 4 bars. Remember that? And you added 10 plus 10, 20, plus 10, 30, plus 10, 40. Those were 5 cents. Those were 5 cents. 5, 10, 15, and 20 plus your 4 ones gave you 24 cents. Okay, so you reviewed how to do that last time. What about with these dollar bills? How much is this one? Say it out loud. $1. How much is this one? $5. Good. How much is this one? $10. Okay, what if I put all of these together? Okay, could you add those together? Okay, how much is $1 plus a $5? $6. Good. Plus a $10. $16. Good. Now, when you log on to your Google Classroom, you will see the lessons that will start today. Under the week of March 30th, you see this has the math lesson of the week. If you'll click on this, it'll also show you the math pages, okay, that we can look at for today. And it'll give you some math homework, okay? So that's what we're going to look at today. Miss Gaylord wants you to look at, if you can print out the pages, that would be great. But this is where we're going to start today, is we're on shapes. Now, these should be in your Google Classroom, okay? And we're going to look at some shapes today, okay? What if you have a pile of shapes like these? Miss Gaylord has some colored shapes that she's collected over the years. Do you know what all these shapes are? Okay. In our book, if you're following along with me, it says, Macy makes this collage with cutout shapes. Do you know what a collage is? Okay, it's when we put things together. We often stick things on top of each other. Sometimes we use glue and we make a collage or, a picture. If you look at the number of shapes, it says to look at the shapes and how many do you see? Everybody should know what this shape is. What shape is this? That's the circle. Very good. Okay. So your job was to look through the shapes, and it says, how many circles did she use? Can you count in your booklet? Yes, 3. Very good. 3 circles, okay? How many squares did she use? Can you count the squares? How many squares are there on this page? There are 4. Very good. 4. Now, not to be confused with the rectangle, okay? They both have 4 sides, the square and the rectangle, that look very similar. What is the difference between the square and the rectangle? Do you know? Yes, good. The sides are equal on the square. Okay, on the rectangle, all 4 sides are not the same. Okay, on the rectangle, let's see, you may have 2 shorter sides and 2 longer sides. It may look like that. You may have 2 sides would be the same. These 2 would be the same, and the length of these 2 are the same. So this is what makes a rectangle different from a square. The length of the square sides are all the same, okay? And a rectangle, 2 sides are the same, but 2 sides are different, okay? Very good. Okay, so how many, let's see, rectangles did you see on your page? How many rectangles? How many can you count? 4. Very good. Okay, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Very good. Oh, 5, 6. We found 6. 6 rectangles. 6. 6 rectangles. Excellent. Okay. So if you're following along on your page, how many circles did you find? You can write the number here. 3. Very good. It says color the circles red. Take your crayon. Hopefully you have some color pencil, something at your house. Color those red if you can. Okay. How many triangles did you find? 4. Very good. Write the 4 here, and you would color the 4 triangles. Now, what makes a triangle? Okay. What makes a triangle? Let's see. A triangle has straight sides, yes. How many? 3. Very good. Now, triangles, do all the sides have to be the same length? No, there are different kinds of triangles. Sometimes triangles have lengths that are different sizes. Let's see. Sometimes they're the same. You'll learn as you get older, these have different names. But you see how these sides are not the same. These 2 are, but this one is different. 2 sides are the same. This one's different. See how this is a triangle? They're different lengths. Sometimes they're all the same, like my triangle here. They're all the same. You'll find out as you get older, they're different names to different triangles. You were to color the triangles blue. Okay. Number C. How many squares are there? Yes, there are 4. Color the 4 squares. Remember, the squares have the same length of sides. Color those yellow. Yellow. And the last shape are the rectangles. How many rectangles did we say we found? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this one is, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's kind of hidden in there. Yes, good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, if you can see those. And you color those green. Now, Miss Gaylord is just going to guide you, but after she gets done with the lesson, you then have time to do all of this. But I have to kind of speak quickly so that we can get through the lessons, okay? Very good. All right. So on the second page, let's find out more about these shapes. Turn to the second page here of your book. Okay. It's talking about, first, we talk about triangles. Okay. What did Miss Gaylord say a triangle was? Yes, good. A shape with three sides. Okay. This is what we mean by sides. Sides. Now, triangles have what we call angles. Now, the angles are in here. 1, 2, and 3. A triangle not only has 3 sides, but it also has 3 angles. Okay? 3 angles. You can see in your book there are 4 different shapes of triangles there for you to see. Okay? Does anybody know what the prefix tri means? 3. Where have you heard the prefix tri before? Tricycle. Good. Okay, a tricycle, when you ride, has 3 wheels. Tripod. Very good. Okay, a tripod, you'd put a camera maybe on. It has 3 legs. Okay. Any others? Okay, very good. Triplet. Yes, it comes from the word triplet. If you have 3, that's 3 siblings, maybe a sister, brother that are triplets, there are 3. So tri means 3. Very good. The next shape in your book is called the quadrilateral. It also has a prefix that we need to know. Do you know the prefix in quadrilateral? Quad. Very good. What do you think the word quad means? 4. Very good. Now, there's lots of shapes that have 4 sides. Let Miss Gaylord find her shapes. Well, we know this shape, of course. Yes, this is called the square, and it's got 4 sides that are all the same length. Okay. We also know the rectangle. Miss Gaylord showed you a picture. It's got 4 sides where 2 sides are the same and the other 2 sides are a different length. How about this shape? Anybody know this shape? It's got straight sides. It's got 4 sides, but it's not a rectangle and it's not a square. Okay. It's a quadrilateral. It's got 4 sides, but it's called a trapezoid. Very good. Now, a trapezoid has 2 sides that are what we call parallel. They don't touch. And 2 sides that eventually will touch. Now, who remembers what Miss Gaylord said about a line with an arrow on it? Tell somebody in the room what that means. It goes on forever. Very good. It doesn't stop. So if you have this, the line that makes up the side of the trapezoid, see how it goes that way? Okay. And this line runs this way. Well, eventually those 2 will cross. Okay. That's called the trapezoid, where lines run a different direction than these do. These are called parallel. This is a trapezoid, okay? Now, a trapezoid also has 4 sides, and it's got what we call 4 angles. Here's an angle, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Just like the square had 4 angles, 1, 2, 3, and 4. The triangle does not have 4. It has 3 angles. 1, 2, 3. Okay. There's one other shape that you may not know. This shape is one of my favorites. You may say it kind of looks like a diamond. It does. It's called the rhombus. Can you say rhombus? Rhombus. The sides here are parallel. And these 2 are parallel, which means they're the same. They go the same direction. Parallel, parallel. Okay, these are not parallel. They'll eventually cross. Okay, so those are the 4 types of quadrilaterals you need to know. Again, square, rectangle, trapezoid, and rhombus. Rhombus. Those have 4 sides. The next type of shape has 5 sides. I don't know if Miss Gaylord has any. She has the 6-sided shape here, but she doesn't have any right here that have 5. But I can draw you one. What is a 5-sided shape called? A 5-sided shape with straight lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's called a pentagon. Yes. And I think I asked you guys the other day, who's heard of the pentagon? What is the Pentagon with a capital P? I thought somebody might know. That's the building in Washington, D.C., where our military forces are based from. Yes, and the reason why they call it the Pentagon is because it has how many sides? 5. It's a 5-sided figure. Keep forgetting to write backwards. 5. Very good. Okay. Look at the pentagons in your book. There are 2 examples of pentagons. The last shape has 6 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's count the angles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 angles. Do you know what it's called? It's in your book. Hexagon. Very good. A hexagon has 6 sides and 6 angles. Okay. Those are the shapes that you need to know. Now, look at the talk about it in the bottom of your paper. It says, look at the hexagons above. There are 2 types. Can the shape at the right that's in your book be called a hexagon? Explain. What's the first thing you need to do to see if it's a hexagon? Yes, you need to count the sides. Okay, so count the sides on the shape and you tell me, do you think it's a hexagon? Did you count 6 sides? No. When you write your talk about it, make sure that you write a good, complete sentence that tells me why. How many sides does it have? 8, yes. What do we call a shape with 8 sides? What does the prefix 8 mean? What animal has 8 legs? It lives in the water and it moves around with its 8 legs. It's called an octopus. So what shape has 8 sides? An octagon. Very good. Think about that as you find your answer. Okay, now, the next thing you need to make sure you look at is we have put the problem-solving pages. You know how normally we tear out our homework at the end of a lesson? So those you should be able to scroll down on the Google Classroom. Let's see, if you go under math, okay, there are some forms that say homework, okay? This is called a Google form, and you'll need to fill out this homework by punching in the buttons and make sure that you click turn in to the teacher because I cannot grade it unless you click the turn in button, okay? Now, this would be the homework in your regular book. We've done a different little bit of a homework there for you because it's easier for you to click the button and we can grade that for you, okay? Now, don't forget, while I'm talking, is when you watch the live lesson, those are available at 10 o'clock in the morning. From 11:30 to 1 o'clock, Miss Gaylord will be able to answer questions. Now, how can she answer questions? Well, she has a number that your parent or you can call. It's on a Google Voice phone number. She's going to email it to your parents by Monday. And you can call that number and it'll ring directly to my phone. And you can say, Miss Gaylord, I have a question about this. Or during that 11 o'clock, it's 11:30 to 1 o'clock, Miss Gaylord is sitting at this computer and she can type an email to your parents. She'll be right here. So they can call or they can email. And then on Fridays, guys, we're going to have what we call a Zoom class. And you've probably seen this before, but this is where your parent can click the link and I'll be able to see your face and you can see me with a live lesson. In the Zoom room, little boxes come up and I'm able to see your face and we can talk live. And that's going to be on Fridays. And Miss Gaylord will give your parents the email with the link. And you just click on the link and you're able to what we call join the classroom. And we can talk and we can see. And Miss Gaylord can give you more things to look at. And you can show me things that you've done. And you get another star for a good part of a math lesson. I want to review something with you that I think you need to review every day, okay? And this is time. Now, I wish you had this little clock that we have on our desk to practice with, but you can get mom or dad to write out some time problems, but you're going to need to review that. And Mrs. Neckley also is in our classroom, and she's going to be giving you some assignments to do more with time and money so we can practice those as well. Can you tell me what time this is? Say it out loud. Yes, you got it. It's 8 o'clock. Okay, what do we call the shorthand? Yes, the hour hand. I heard you. Very good. You got that one right. What do we call the longhand? The minute hand. Very good. 2 thumbs up. Okay. Now, when they're on the 12, we know that is called o'clock. So this is 8 o'clock. Now, that's when it's easy. It gets a little harder when it's not on the 12. We talked about this for several weeks. So what about each of these numbers? Okay. Each of these numbers represent 5. So we have 5, 10, count them with me, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, and o'clock. Very good. Okay. Can you tell what time this is? I know it's backwards, but it's on the minute hand's on the 4 and the hour hand is between the 7 and the 8. 7:20. Good job. Okay. Are you enjoying not getting up quite so early to be at school by 7:25? Probably so. What happens when the minute hand is on the 9? The 9. I know it's backwards, so it's hard to see, but that's 45. Very good. So if it's on the 3, the minute hand, that would be 7:15. If it's on the 6, it's 7:30. If it's on the 9, 7:45. And if it's on the 12, that is 7 o'clock. Now, what you're going to need to practice is when it's in between and it's not on one of the numbers. We did this, and Miss Gaylord took some grades on this, but some of us still need to practice, okay? What about practicing when it's not right on the 11 and it's not right on the 10? Can we tell what time it is? It's after the 10, 2 minutes after the 10. That would be 7:52. Okay, and we can practice that each day. We will do that as well. So time and money are 2 things that you want to practice. Okay. All right. If you need to take a stretch to get up and jump around just a second, you can do so. We're about to start our next lesson, which is in reading. Okay. Now, Miss Gaylord is taking the lesson from the reading book, and so the pages should be loaded into your Google Classroom. So if you had your reading book, that would be nice, but you can, since we don't have it, you can look into the Google Classroom under this week's work, which is under March 30th, and you can click the first tab under the reading lesson, and you should be able to view the assignment. Okay, now let's see. Classwork. Okay, now if you click on the assignment, you should be able to see the pages. Okay, and then another thing you can see under the assignment are the questions. Since you cannot write and turn them in, Ms. Gaylord has typed out a document where you can actually type on the assignment to give her the answer so that you can turn it in and grade it. Be graded. Now, remember that you are going to want to, at the end, when you write all your answers, you're going to want to turn in. Okay, so I'm going to start right here in our book, and our lesson today talks about describing how authors use reasons to support their ideas. Okay, so you follow along with me. You may have printed it out at home, and you may not have. Okay, what is the learning target for today? Telling about the reasons authors use to explain the points they make to help you better understand ideas in text. Okay, remember, tell us again what text is. Okay, you get a text on a phone, or what do you think the word text is? Okay, it's words. Good. It could be text in a newspaper, in a story, on a telephone, okay, a cell phone, text. So we talk about words when we use the word text. Follow along with me. It says a key point is an important idea about a topic. Again, tell us what a topic is. Okay, the topic is the main point that you're talking about or reading about. Now, authors want to tell their readers something about their ideas, so they use words to support their key points. Okay, we talked about all year supporting details when you talk about a text. You guys know how to write the topic sentence, and then Miss Gaylord had you write the supporting details. We'll continue to do that in your writing lessons. One thing you want to put in your support is your reasons, okay? What's a reason? Okay, very good. A reason might be something why you choose to do something or write something or say something. In this book, we're going to talk about, pretend we have a book in front of us on insects, okay? In a book about insects, an author might say, some insects are good at hiding. Okay, there might be some insects in this plant right here, and Miss Gaylord cannot even see them. The author could support this point with reasons that explain more about it. There's a fuzzy little caterpillar in the moss in my plant. You see this little moss here? Okay, somebody gave Miss Gaylord this plant last week that was very sweet. Now look at the photos at the bottom of your page. It says, how do these captions, remember the captions are the words underneath the picture, how do they support the key point that some insects are good at hiding? Look at picture number 1. Can you see that little insect there? It's hard to see. What's that insect called? A katydid. Do you know that leaf that it carries on its back causes other animals to think that it's just a leaf from a tree? Yes, look at the caption underneath. Can you read it out loud? Leaf katydids look like green leaves to blend in with their trees and plants. Sometimes when Miss Gaylord asks you to read, you might want to push pause on, especially during the reading lesson. pause the video and that you can read it out loud. You need to practice reading as much as possible, and then she might read it to you, okay? But you always read it yourself. Look at picture number 2. Do you know what that insect is called? Love these. A walking stick. Yes, that's an insect. We call it a walking stick. They look like twigs, like little sticks to hide from animals that might eat them. How fun. Okay, those are 2 insects that you may not have even ever heard of. Now take your pencil. If you can find your pencil, either you can print this out or you can type along later in your document, but this gives you some places to put your answers, okay? Now it says, look again at the photos and the captions. Can you write 2 reasons to support the key point? Now the key point here is that some insects are good at hiding. Look at those pictures again and tell me, what's a reason why the katydid is not able to be seen by many animals? What's a reason why the katydid cannot be seen easily? Yes, it looks like a leaf. You got it. In a sentence, you could write, katydids look like green leaves. They blend in with what? They blend in with trees and plants and grasses. Yes, you may not even know you're looking at a katydid. What a funny name for an insect. I wonder who named that, katydid. That would be reason number 1. And on your document, when you print it out later, or if you're doing it now, you can type those in. Now we need another reason. Okay, we need to look at the next picture. What animal did we say this was? A walking stick. Yes, what do walking sticks look like? Go back to the passage. What does it say? Twigs. Good job. Okay, that's your first sentence. Walking sticks look like twigs. Period. Don't forget your punctuation. This keeps them hidden from animals that would eat them. If there was a katydid or a walking stick in my plant right there, Ms. Gaylor would not see them. Think about your reasons, and I want you to fill up your paper with those 2 reasons. Okay? Very good. Remember, we're talking about why authors use reasons to support things that they write. How boring would it be if, when you're reading a story or a piece of work of writing and it just gave you fact after fact after fact? There needs to be something in a story or a piece of writing that helps you better understand, right, the ideas that you are reading about. Now, I want you to think about this next question. Okay, it's under talk on your document. Look again at the 2 reasons you wrote down, and you can talk out loud, talk to me, or you can press pause and just think about it by yourself for a minute. Talk about the way the reasons support the key points, okay? Think about it's springtime right now. I hope that you're going out and getting some exercise, even though we can't be around a lot of people right now. I hope you can go out and still do some exercises and maybe explore your backyard or have fun there. And I want you to think about the reasons that you wrote down, okay? Pretend you're looking around, playing. Some of you like to play with insects because you've brought me little insects on the playground before. And I want you to write down or talk about some reasons why you would find insects in trees or in bushes or in a dirt pile or in the grass. Okay? Think about reasons. Now let's talk about these words. The words you need to know for today are key point. Okay, what's a key point? an important idea about a topic. What's the word reason mean? Okay. Reasons support your answer. The word support means help. Help it. Okay. If I'm going to support something, I can help hold it up, or I can help do something. I can support it. Okay. So this introduces our reading lesson for the week. Now, later in the week, starting tomorrow, you will be able to read the stories that are there in the classroom for you to read. And you can try to read them maybe beforehand so you can know what Miss Gaylord's talking about. You have all the work for the whole week up. And you have the due dates for everything is on Friday. So make sure that you are hitting the turn in button, okay, by Friday so that you can get credit for all of your work. Once again, this is the Google Classroom. You are going to scroll down and look at the lessons for the week. Reading lesson, social studies, math, rigs, and language. Now, we started off small. We didn't give a whole lot the first week so we can get you used to the classroom and the distance learning. Now, while we have this up here, the first thing that you saw was daily website work. Now, Ms. Gaylord only put 2 websites that you have to go to. Every day, you'll need to go spend some time. If you click on this, of course, it says iReady. Go to your iReady account. Now, Ms. Gaylord she emailed your parents the information, and you need to go to at least 20 minutes per day for math and for reading, okay? Because remember, the lessons don't take up a whole school day. So we're going to finish the school day by making sure we do all the math and the reading lessons. Now, as always, if you see any teacher-assigned lessons, you want to start those first. Now, Miss Negley or Miss Gaylord, one of us will be assigning those lessons, and you will click on those and do those reading 20 minutes, math 20 minutes. Then it says to go into MobyMax, okay? And these can be done if you don't want to do it on the same day. You can do it on different days, but if you click on the button that says MobyMax, it says go under your path, and I would start by doing the fact fluency that we always do with math. Give yourselves 10 minutes memorizing those facts, using the flashcards. Have somebody call them out to you. 9 plus 7. 16. Good. 8 minus 2. 6. And you can keep doing those. And then I would do the fact fluency first, it says. Then I would do some science or social studies. It says 30 minutes per week. So you don't have to do the science and social studies every day unless you want to. Always is a good benefit for you, but try to do it at least the 30 minutes per week, because I have to log in and see if you've been doing that as part of your schoolwork. Ms. Gaylord will log in every week to see if you've been in MobyMax, to see if you've been in iReady. Now, there are so many more websites that you can visit. Besides the ones, this is a great time now that you're home to explore some learning websites. Not only do we have the Prodigy like we do in class, there's Splash Math. There's just so many more connections that you can find on your computer. Ms. Gaylord will be putting some up in our classroom that you might try. And I know you may not have time because you might be sharing a device with your siblings. So you may not have a whole lot of time to do that, but you can always do what you can, okay? And that'll be great. All right, so the next thing Ms. Gaylord would like to talk about today would be our social studies lesson. Okay, now Ms. Gaylord has taken your book. I wish I'd have sent your books home with you that last day so you would have them to work in, but we're going to be, Ms. Gaylord has made something in social studies for you, okay, to look at. So if you go to your Google Classroom and you look under social studies, you can see that each day there are these. You click on these are the lessons here. This is called a PowerPoint. So you need to find the lesson that says Monday. Okay, the one on Monday is I believe 125. Okay. Let's see. And so we're going to start the one day with economic choices. Let me see if I can find it. Economic choices. It should say, yes. Okay. So we're going to talk about that and you can follow along in your PowerPoint or go look at it later. And there are some things to do in the lesson. Okay. This is the one that it is. It says social studies, economics with Miss Gaylord. Okay. And that's where we're going to begin. All right. Ask yourself these questions. When we talk about economy or money, that's what we mean. Okay. The economy, when you hear on the news, the economy's up or the economy's good or the economy's not so good, they're talking about the way we use our resources. Okay. What are resources? Resources. Where have you heard of the word resources? Okay. Natural resources. Okay. Good. What are natural resources? Things in nature that people use. Maybe trees, plants, water. See the oceans behind me? Water. Okay. Other things in nature that we can use. Okay. Soil. Very good. Do you know that people themselves are a resource? Okay. Our best resource is our own people. People can be resources. Okay. Equipment can be resources. You might not have thought of that, but you need a resource to mow your lawn. We don't get out there with scissors anymore, do we? What do we use? A lawnmower. Yeah, some people have it easy and they get the riding lawnmowers. Miss Gaylord has a push mower that she uses sometimes when her sons don't do it. But yes, we have equipment can be a resource. What else can be a resource? Okay, money can be a resource. Okay, this can be a resource to buy the things we need. The study of this is called economics or economy. Okay. Now, do we have all the money in the world? Do we want to go get something? And does mom say you can have this and this and this and this? No, we don't have unlimited resources. Our resources are limited usually. We only have so much of them. That's what the word limited means. Okay. Very good. Okay. If they were unlimited, we would just have an endless supply of trees or water or money. Okay. And they're not usually resources are what we call limited. In your PowerPoint that Miss Gaylord has for you, you can see that sometimes there's not enough of something. Okay. And we have a name for that. Let's see if I can find it. We have a name for that. It's called scarcity. Okay. It comes from the word scarce. When we can't find something, it's scarce. You might have helped your parents prepare for staying indoors right now for this home learning. And some people were not able to find some supplies that they needed. Some people were looking all around for paper goods and things that they needed for their home. And they were worried because all of a sudden they were scarce. They couldn't find them. That's what the word scarce means. Well, we learned that people have to make choices when things are what we call scarce. Okay. Now, if you look at your PowerPoint later, you may not be able to look at it right now, but if you look at it later, you can see that I have put some things up. Ask yourself these questions. How does money affect what a person buys? Okay, think about that question. Pretend I have just one box of crayons. Okay. and I say, you can have as many crayons as you want. Okay, remember Miss Gaylord has the big crayon bin in her classroom, and at the beginning of the year, she said, you can use my crayons. Okay, but let's say people were taking the crayons and putting them in their own desks, and they weren't in the big box anymore. Uh-oh, now they're all gone. It looks like my crayons are all gone. I thought I had enough for everyone. Okay, what is the problem here? What is the problem? Okay, the problem is that everybody now doesn't have as much crayons as they need. They're hidden, either they were broken or thrown away or put into somebody's desk. And now we have to make a choice. It looks like we need to learn how to make a smart choice. Now, in this lesson today in social studies, we'll learn how to make a smart choice. Okay, I'm going to be working off this page right here in your Google Classroom. It's in a PowerPoint. Okay, you can turn to the page 2. What is scarcity? Scarcity is when there is not enough of something. Okay, there's not enough to go around. Everybody doesn't have all the things that they need, and so they are what we call scarce. Now, people have to make a choice because of scarcity. What are the choices you could make with my crayon box about using them? What choice could I make? Okay, if there's not enough to go around, well, maybe everybody won't get a blue for the activity we're doing. Or maybe one student has too many and she could share with another student because they don't have enough. Okay. Sometimes we have to make choices. Maybe we won't get to use crayons at all next time because they weren't put back in the box correctly, right? So the resources are the things that we need to meet our needs. Now, in this example, what was the resource? The crayon. You needed the crayons to do the math work or whatever work we were doing. Sometimes it might be money. You need a new pair of shoes for school. Do we have the right amount of money to get those? Or will we have to wait until we maybe earn some more? Sometimes we have to make choices. Okay, again, what are some things that are resources we learned? We said they could be natural resources from nature. People can be resources. Let's say I needed so many helpers to clean the lunchroom today. I need 2 people to volunteer. Guess what my resources are? My people who are going to be washing my tables. Sometimes equipment might be a resource. Remember Miss Gaylord and her push lawnmower. And sometimes it's money. So today let's talk about money. If you look at the next page on your PowerPoint, you see there's a choice you need to make. Okay? What choice would you make? What if you take your money and tuck it away for later? What do we call that process? Putting it away for later in a safe place. We call that what? Saving. Saving. You're never too young to learn about saving money. Miss Gaylord teaches her kids to save your money. Or we might be at the toy store and we see a fancy new toy. I just have to have that. Isn't that awesome? I just have to have that. It folds up. It shoots things from the back. Look at the man inside. I just have to have that. I love it. This happens to be Mason's Christmas Lego that he got that I borrowed for my lesson. Should I save my money? Or should I buy that toy that I've really been wanting? What do? We have to make what we call a choice. Sometimes it's okay to make the choice to save. I really want something even better, and I need to save. Sometimes it's okay to make the choice to get if you're making a reasonable purchase, right? Look at the next page on your Google Classroom. It says, here are some choices for you to make. Now, it says you're already logged in the classroom, so you don't have to do that. But let's look. Here's some choices that you can make. Okay, I've got limited money. My mom gave us $10 for the night. Should I use that $10 to go to a ball game? Or do I want to go by Little Caesars and grab a pizza? What choice would you make? Can you write that on your sheet or type it in? Okay, I've got the same $10 another night, and I have the time that I want to spend. I have 2 hours and 30 minutes. Do I want to spend that time sitting in a movie theater? That'd be fun. I like movies. Or would I do something for my body like skating and exercise and go skating? Miss Gaylord's not a very good skater. What choice would you make? Say it out loud, write it in, or type it in your document. You're at the arcade. Everybody likes to go to a place with an arcade, sometimes like Star Castle or somewhere. You've got tokens to spend. Will you slip them in and play that game? Or do you want to go to the cotton candy booth and use your tokens for a cotton candy? Can you write your choice in? You have a fairly small bedroom at home. You have a choice. You can get 2 bunk beds and take up less room and put them on top of each other. Or would you get a king size bed that takes up the whole room and you can't walk hardly very, very well on either side? What choice would you make? Well, it depends what's important to you. That's part of economics too. Is it more important for you to stretch out in that big king size bed? Or is it more important for you to be able to move around your room and put smaller bunk beds there so that you can play in the bottom of your room? You can read. You can put a little book nook. You can put a desk in there maybe. With a king size bed, you would have no room. Do you see that in economics, you have to make choices? Now, as you grow up, your parents have to make choices too. Okay, they make choices about all kinds of things, what they're going to get for you, what they're going to cook for dinner, whether they're going to take a job or not. They make choices as you will have to make choices as you grow up. Okay, so that's part of the introduction for social studies this time. Okay, if you need to take a break, you get another star and you're doing awesome. Thumbs up. Okay, take a break and push pause if you need to. Okay, welcome back. One more thing on our live lesson today is if you'll scroll down under the week of March 30th, you'll see that the lesson for language this week is on sentences, okay? Now, you don't have to do this on Monday, but eventually we're going to talk about right now sentences. And by the end of the week, you need to have completed this, what they call quiz, blank quiz, and make sure you press the turn in button, okay? Because that's the way Miss Gaylord can grade it, and you don't want to get a 0. You want to make sure that you are able to get the right credit for that, okay? All right, one more thing. This is a long time for Miss Gaylord to talk without her water. In language today, let's review one thing about sentences. First of all, tell me, what is a sentence? A group of words that makes a complete thought. Very good. Now, do sentences have to be long? No, they can be long or short. A sentence can be as short as 2 words. What are the 2 things that a sentence has to have? Okay, a subject. I did it backwards. A subject and a verb. Very good. What does the subject part of the sentence answer? who or what the sentence is about. Yes, okay. We often call the verb part the predicate part. And what does the verb part of the sentence do? Yes, good. It shows an action usually, or it might be what we call a state of being verb or some other type of verb. Usually it shows action. Yes, good. And how about, since we did not do that in the live lesson, how about you take your Riggs words and put them under? Remember the three parts that we put them under? Nouns, verbs, or adjectives, okay? Make sure that you put your words in Riggs under nouns, verbs, or adjectives, okay? So a sentence has two parts, a subject and a verb. Sentences can end with different, what we call punctuation marks. What are the punctuation marks? Okay, the most common is the period. Okay, very good. What kind of sentence has a period at the end? Okay, a telling sentence, or we call it a declarative sentence. Okay, in your quiz, Miss Gaylor is just going to put telling, but we know that it's called a declarative sentence. Okay, what kind of sentence has a question mark on the end? Okay, we call that a question sentence or a, yes, interrogative sentence. Good. Interrogative or question. What kind of sentence shows strong, sudden feeling? Very good. We call that a exclamatory sentence. The roof is on fire, or help, or come here if I'm saying it very strongly, okay? And the other sentence sometimes ends in a period, but we call this a command. When you get older, it's called a imperative sentence. Okay, so we have telling, question, command, exclamatory. A command is when you're telling someone to do something. Pick up the paper, please. Turn out the light. Let me see your mouse. Those are commands, okay, that we want to use. So as you look at the sentences, we're going to practice throughout the week. You tell me, sentence, not a sentence, okay? Let me give you some examples. Raise your hand. Sentence, what kind? Command, good. You just say it out to the screen. Watch out below. Sentence or not a sentence? Sentence. Very good. What kind of sentence? Exclamatory. Very good. Miss Kayla was trying to find her no. Let me find my no. There it is. Okay. You tell me. Sentence or not a sentence? Okay. Can you help? Sentence. What kind? Question. Very good. Over the hill. Not a sentence. Very good. We call that a fragment, not a sentence, okay? Good. In the tire. Not a sentence. That's a fragment. Very good. Okay. Look at me. Sentence. What kind? Command. Very good. Okay. What would you do? Sentence. What kind? Question. Again, what's the word for a question sentence? Interrogative. Nice. Very good. Okay. I am flying a kite. Sentence. What kind? Telling. Very good. What's the word for a telling sentence? Declarative. You practice those, and by the end of the week, you can do the quiz that's in the Google form and make sure you mark turn in. Okay? You have been a great listener for my friend Monkey and I. We have had a good time. And it's okay, again, if you pause, take some breaks. Monkey wants to give you the last star. Very good. Okay, this is my friend. So today we covered some Riggs phonics. We got our new words. Don't forget to write your sentences with the words tonight. Write your 3 times each to practice. We did some math. We learned shapes and other things. We did some reading. We talked about authors. And we also did some social studies, which was the study of the economy or economics today. Okay. And you were a great listener for Miss Gaylord. Okay. And you did many other things as well. I want you to review. This is going to be a learning process. It's going to take us some time to do this. So make sure that you are just doing your best. That's all I can say. And don't forget to ask questions. Email me during 11:30 and 1. I'll give your parents my Google Voice number. They can call, ask questions for help. And look forward to Friday. I'll see you in the Zoom room, I hope. And you be safe. Take care. Now, don't forget to do the extra websites, the iReady and the MobyMax and anything else you want to. And Friday, we'll have a share time that you can share what you've done this week. Did you do some art activities? Did you do maybe a science experiment at home? Did you do something for PE? Don't forget to get your exercise in, okay? And I have loved being with you today. Thank you for a good class. And Ms. Gaylord, we'll see you next time. Okay? Bye-bye. See you next time.